Okay. I'm calling to order the August 18th, 2022 Supervised Release Committee meeting. I will take a roll call to establish a quorum. Mary Ann Miller, Corporation Counsel, present.
Mike Elder, Facilities.
Ed Dorn, Planning GIS.
And then Hans.
Hans Ruffnacht with the Wisconsin Department of Corrections Probation Parole.
Great. And Kristen.
Kristen Keel, Supervised Release Program.
So we have established a quorum and we are ready to proceed with our agenda, essentially a status update regarding Rafe Pollock. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. So we will now proceed with the situation involving Rafe Pollock. As the committee members know, our deadline to identify an appropriate residential option in Winnebago County while Mr. Pollock is on supervised release is August 24th. This committee has met 4 times since we were notified of Mr. Pollock coming to Winnebago County. We've met in May, in June, July, and in August. To find housing, we reached out to realtors to try to find appropriate housing. That has been unsuccessful to date. We contacted properties identified by the Department of Health Services as potential landlords. As the committee may know, an attorney in my office sent out follow-up emails to that list. 6 potential landlords responded by phone or email. There were no matches. We still have not found vendors who meet the county's requirements. The county continues to move forward with the residential facility. As the committee knows, the County Board of Supervisors agreed to a capital project in excess of $1 million to basically construct a residential housing facility. Mr. Elder and I met with the city. Even though it is land on which the county owns, it is within the city jurisdiction. We had an initial meeting with the city. They had indicated we needed to hire an architect to finalize landscaping plans and other plans so that we could present it to the city. Mr. Elder and I reached out to the architects, had meetings with the architects, and they are in the process of submitting their final drawings so that we can then go forward with the proceeding to build this building. Attorney Mann, myself, and Mr. Elder went to court yesterday pursuant to a hearing notice to advise the court where things stood. They again reminded us of this August 24th deadline and the fact that Winnebago County needs to find an appropriate residential option. Winnebago County has identified an appropriate residential option. It is on the west 800 block of County Road Y in Oshkosh. Winnebago County is the landlord. Winnebago County is committed to entering into a lease for a fair amount with the state. Final construction needs to occur on that site, and according to Mr. Elder, it could take
about a year.
Up to a year. We have consulted with local law enforcement. Captain Christie is here, and local law enforcement is supportive of the location. Given the situation, I would move the county submit a report identifying the west 800 block of County Road Y in Oshkosh as the appropriate residential option for Mr. Pollock. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, do we have any discussion regarding this option?
What you're saying is he'll have to wait a year?
Up to a year, the county will continue to look for other options, but again, we have over $1 million appropriated, and we actually have the county executive here, John Damel. And if it so pleases the committee, I would like to hear from Mr. Damel if he has anything else to offer.
Yeah, I would say it may not even be a year. We have another resident in that building, that trailer right now, who is, as far as I know, has caused no issues. Is coming up on his 2-year mark here of supervised release. So it's very possible that he may hit all the marks to be released, and that would open up a spot for Mr. Pollock faster than that.
Kristen, can you tell us regarding that one offender who is in the trailer with the initials of CG? Do you have any information regarding where he is in the process?
I don't think there's anything on the schedule for any court action to have him discharged from supervised release at this time.
Okay, but he's been there for close to 2 years. Is that your understanding?
That is, and the average we have people on supervised release is about 30 months. That's the average amount of time, but everybody's individual and would depend.
So to be clear, just to follow up with what the county executive said, obviously, if there was an opening in that trailer prior to this residential facility being built, I would think the county would have no objection to moving Mr. Pollock into that opening. I mean, it was a brand new mobile home a few years ago, and there've only been, I think, 2 people in that home, and the second person within the last month. So it's not had a lot of wear and tear. But again, you know, the county board spent a ton of money, agreed to spend this money to try to, you know, be forward thinking. And that's basically what we're doing here. So that's why, again, we have a deadline to identify an appropriate residential option. This area ticks off everything that we need to in terms of 1,500 feet from childcare, from churches. That has been thoroughly vetted. We've spoken with law enforcement. They are supportive of that. Is that correct, Captain Christie? And again, I would point out, I believe Mr. Pollock is actually from the city, or he was from the city of Oshkosh when his crime was committed. So it would be good to put him back in the area where he is originally from. So that's, so I have a second. Is there any other questions?
What would next steps be for you if there's no residents identified by August 24th?
Well, we need to submit a report to the court based on our hearing yesterday and based on the statute. And that is why, and basically once that happens, then Mr. Pollock's attorney could file a response to that, perhaps a motion. There's going to have to be a hearing in front of the court to determine how to proceed. We actually have another hearing scheduled in front of the court in October. He asked that this matter be scheduled within 60 days. And I will tell you, Mr. Pollock's attorney had suggested he wanted this report so that if he needed to file appropriate paperwork in terms of motions or prayers for relief, he would do so. And I told the court we would do everything we could to get this letter out by Monday. But in order to do that, we obviously, as a committee, have to vote to send the report out.
I understand.
Hans, do you have any questions?
I do not. I'm aware of I'm familiar with the area that you're proposing, so I don't have any questions at this point.
And would you be assigned to Mr. Pollock?
No, I believe that would be Agent Angie Basie, who is assigned CG at this time.
Okay,
One of the other clients that's out in that mobile home.
okay. Mhm, okay.
Not the newest resident, the original resident.
Okay. All right, does anyone else, Mr. Dorn, do you have any questions or Mr. Elder? So I think there was a motion, again, that the county submit a report, or the committee submit a report identifying the West 800 block of County Road Y as the appropriate residential option for Mr. Pollock. Mr. Elder seconded it. We've had discussion. So I will take a vote on that. In favor, who's in favor of this? A roll call vote?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Elder?
Aye.
Mary Ann Miller, aye. Kristen?
The vote is to, I don't know that I'm part of this, am I?
So you would move to have the committee submit a report to DHS and the court identifying the West 800 block of County Road Y in Oshkosh as the appropriate residential option for Mr. Pollock.
Well, in absence of other residences. I mean,
Right,
there's a lot of other things going on and you'll continue to look for places and there might be an opening at the trailer that could happen.
that's correct.
Yes,
So is that an aye?
yes.
Okay. Mr. Dorn?
Aye. Hans.
Oh, and Hans?
Yes, I'm familiar with that residence, or that area, so yes, aye.
Okay, so it's unanimous. We will get a letter sent out to satisfy the statutory deadline. Basically saying this is the appropriate residential option. And then again, we are supposed to have a hearing within 60 days. We may have further court intervention based on Mr. Pollock's attorney receiving this. But that's basically what we needed to discuss today. Is there anything, so we need to have another probably meeting to just see where things stand. And I'm thinking we should probably do it. Shall we do it? It's already on August 18th. Do you want to try to do it in October, early October? Or should we do it on a tighter timeline, maybe 4 weeks out?
When is your court date?
October 20th? Is that right?
14th is right.
You had the 14th. Yeah, I take that back. October 14th at 1:30. That's right, at 1:20.
Or you wanted to meet before or after that?
Why don't we meet after that?
Okay.
Why don't we meet after that? Are certain days better for you, Kristen or Hans, than others?
Probably Thursday afternoon would probably be the best.
I'm pretty flexible. Thursday afternoon would be mostly fine.
Okay,
So we're gonna do it before or after? You said
after.
20th. Looks like it's wide open. 20th is wide
Melanie, did
open.
that trial get moved? The Hetrick, the thing from
I
yesterday?
haven't heard.
We haven't heard anything. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so let's do the 20th. What time is that trial? 9.
9.
It's zoning, so it should get quite, it should, okay. So shall we do 1 o'clock on Friday, October 20th? I'm sorry, yeah, is it Friday?
Thursday.
Sorry.
I just want to check one spot, please.
Sure.
That should be fine, yes.
Great, okay. So Thursday, October 20th, 1 PM. And Hans, that's okay for you?
That will work.
Great, okay. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Adam and I second it. We are adjourned. Thank you all for your time. Sorry for the little technical snafus.
Sorry, I'm sorry I was late. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.